Hello friends, welcome to my channel AMIE online classes. Today we will discuss about how to derive an expression for volumetric strain of a thin cylinder due to internal pressure. So question is expression of volumetric strain for a thin cylinder due to internal pressure. Now let's draw a cylinder. Draw a cylinder. Correct? This is the cylinder. This is the cylinder. Suppose this cylinder containing liquid, containing a fluid. So there will be a internal pressure due to this fluid. Suppose the pressure is P. This is P, and due to this pressure there will be stresses also. Circumferential stress and longitudinal stress, sigma L, sigma C. Sigma C is the circumferential stress. Now let L is the length of the cylinder, D is the diameter of the cylinder, and P is the internal pressure, T is the thickness of the cylinder. Now due to this internal pressure there will be changed in the dimension of the cylinder also. There will be changed in length as well as in the diameter. So what will be the increased length? So increased length will be equal to delta L plus L, and increased diameter will be equal to D plus delta D. Correct? So increased length and increased diameter. Now we can find what is the original volume. What will be the original volume of the cylinder? So original volume, that is initial volume of the cylinder, initial volume of the cylinder is equal to how much? Pi by 4 into D square into L. Now what will be the changed volume? This is final length and this is final diameter. So after changing the length and diameter, what would be the volume of the cylinder? So volume of the cylinder would be, changed volume will be how much? changed volume. This is the final volume also. Changed volume will be pi by 4 into d plus delta d of whole square into L plus delta L. Correct? Now we can find the change in volume also. What would be the change in volume? So change in volume delta V is equal to final volume minus initial volume by initial volume or original volume, or this is strain, not change. This is called strain. Delta V by V is the volumetric strain. Epsilon V is equal to delta V by V, that is final volume minus initial volume upon initial volume. This is known as epsilon V or volumetric strain. So volumetric strain, final volumetric strain will be, what is the final volume? Final volume is this one. Let's calculate the value of final volume and initial volume first. So delta V यानी delta V will be final volume minus initial volume. This is known as change in volume. So final volume is pi by 4 into d plus delta d of whole square into L plus delta d minus, what is the initial volume? That is pi by 4 d square into L. So if I take the common value, that is pi by 4, then d square plus 2d delta d plus delta d square into L plus, this is delta L, this is not delta D, this is delta L, delta L, correct? Delta L minus D square into L, correct? Now pi by 4 into, if I multiply this value with this value, then we will get d square L plus d square delta L, correct, plus 2d delta d into L plus 2d delta d into sigma L plus delta d square L plus delta d square delta L minus d square L, correct? So this d square L will plus d square, this d square L and this d square L will be cancelled. So finally pi by 4 into, one more thing you have to take care over here. See, the value of delta L and delta D is very small. Small changes would be there. After acting the pressure, there will be a small changes. So we can neglect the small value also. So this will be the, this value can be neglected because delta D and delta L, these both are very small. and delta d square L also can be neglected. D square, this can be, this is d square into delta L, correct? 2d, this value will be neglected, and we can neglect one more value, that is, this is delta d square into L, and this is delta d square into, this is how much, this is how much, delta d square into delta d square into delta L, delta d square into L, and this is delta d square into delta L. This value also can be neglected, this is very small. So what, this is delta d square into delta L. No, you cannot neglect this one. This is 2d delta dl and delta d, this is delta L, delta d square. This value can be neglected, this is very small, because delta L is small and delta d is also, both are small. You cannot neglect this one, correct? Delta d square into L. D square upon L. So L will be cancelled. Now this is also very small. Delta d square is very small value. So this one you cannot neglect, this one. Compared to this is very large value. So what will be the remaining value? So remaining value is 2d delta d L plus d square into delta L, correct? Now this is d square, this is d square. Epsilon V is equal to change in volume upon original volume, that is 2d delta dl, this is plus d square delta L by original volume, that is pi by 4, this is pi by 4, okay, pi by 4 into d square into L. So this pi by 4 and pi by 4 will be cancelled, this is cancelled, correct? So if we break this value, like 2d delta d L divided by d square L plus d square delta L divided by d square L. So this d square and d square is cancelled, this d square and d square is cancelled, and here d square, that is d, and this L and L is cancelled. So what is remaining? So remaining value is, this is equal to 2 delta d upon d plus delta L plus L. So finally the value of epsilon V, that is volumetric strain, is equal to, what is this? This is this delta d by d is known as circumferential strain, and this delta L by L is known as longitudinal strain. So twice of circumferential strain epsilon C plus epsilon L, that is longitudinal strain, correct? Now we can find the value of C. The epsilon C, yani circumferential strain, is equal to how much? That is circumferential stress circumferential stress by E minus 1 by m into longitudinal stress by L is equal to, so circumferential stress by E minus 1 by m, we know that the longitudinal stress, that is, we know here sigma c is equal to PD by 2T and sigma L is equal to PD by 4TE. So we can write sigma L longitudinal stress PD by 2T by 2. This is PD by, this is not E, this is PD by 4T, correct? So sigma L is equal to half of circumferential stress. So we can put the value of circumferential stress upon E minus 1 by m into, we can put the value of this one, that is 2 sigma c up, correct? Sigma c, 2 sigma c, sorry, sigma c by 2E, this is strain, sorry, sigma L, sigma c, sigma c, sigma c, correct? This is the value of sigma c. So we can put the value of this one, sigma c, or this is sigma, that's why I have made the mistake over here. This will be sigma L by E, 1 by m into sigma L by E. So we can write the value of sigma L over here, then we will get sigma c by 2E, correct? So sigma c by 2E. Now let's take the common value, that is sigma c by E 1 minus 1 by 2m, correct? 1 minus 2m. One minus 2m. So finally this is, if I take common half, then we will get sigma c by 2E into half of this minus half will be cancelled, so 1 by m, correct? Half minus 1 by m, half minus 1 by m, correct? Now similarly we can get the value of epsilon L also, that is sigma L by E minus 1 by m into sigma c by E, correct? So in this case sigma L, that is longitudinal stress, sigma L by E minus 1 by m twice of sigma L by E. So sigma L by E is common, so 1 minus 2 by m, correct? 1 minus 2 by m. 1 minus 2 by m and half minus 1 by m. Now let's put the value of epsilon, that is longitudinal strain and circumferential strain, that is, then we can calculate the value of volumetric strain is equal to twice of sigma c plus, sorry, epsilon, this is not sigma c, epsilon c and epsilon L. So 2 into, we can put the value of this one, sigma c E into 1 minus 1 by m, 2 into sigma c 1 minus 1 by m, correct, plus sigma L by E into 1 minus 2 by m, correct. Now let's put the value of sigma c is PD by 2 TE into 1 minus 1 by m plus PD for TE into 1 minus 2 by m, correct. PD by 4 TE 1 minus 2 by m, now let's take the common PD by 2 TE, PD by 2 TE, then 2 will go inside, that is 2 minus 2 by m, correct. So here PD by 2 TE, half of this into 1 minus 2 by m, correct. So PD by 2 TE into 2 minus 2 by m plus half and minus 1 by m, correct. Now PD by 2 TE into 2 plus 1 by 2, just rearrange the data, minus 2m minus 1 by m. Now PD by 2 TE into 4 plus 1 by 2 minus m will be LCM 2 plus 1. Here I have made one mistake, that is this value is how much? The value of circumferential strain, that is 1 minus 1 by 2m, 1 minus 2m, this is 2m, correct. So here, so if PD by 2 TE, 2 minus 2m, this is 2m, correct. So this 2 and 2 will be cancelled, this 2 and 2 will be cancelled, this 2 and 2 is cancelled, so remaining is, that is 1 by m, correct. This is 1 by m. So now this will be also 1 by m. This is also 1 by m. So this 1 and 1 will be 2, this will be 1, this will be 1. So finally we got the value of volumetric strain, that is epsilon V PD upon 2 TE into 5 by 2 minus 2 by m. This is the expression for volumetric strain of a thin cylinder due to internal pressure P. Correct? Now we can calculate the change in diameter also. We know that change in diameter epsilon c is equal to how much? Change in diameter upon original delta d by d. So this change in diameter, that is delta d is equal to epsilon c into d. So what is the value of epsilon c? That is epsilon c is equal to how much? That is epsilon c is equal to 2 into EC by E 1 minus EM, or we can write directly PD upon 2 TE into 1 minus 1 by 2m into d. So PD square divided by 2 TE into 1 minus 1 by 2m. Similarly, we can calculate the value of change in length also. We know that epsilon L, that is longitudinal strain, change in length upon original length. So change in length is equal to longitudinal strain into L. So change in length equal to PD by 4 TE, PD by 4 TE, PD by 4 TE into 1 minus 2 by m into L. So PD L by 4 TE into 1 minus 2 by m. So this is the change in length, PDL by 4T into 1 minus 2. Okay guys, thank you for watching my video. If you like my videos, so please subscribe my channel and comment also, and press my bell icon so that you will get direct notification of the new videos when upload on YouTube. Thank you very much.